Hi everyone, in this video we're going to review the database Gale Business Insights. To get to Gale, you can either go there through the Articles and Databases tab, but if you're already in the Business 100 LibGuide, we're going to go to the Key Resources tab. And then you can find the links to Gale Business Insights in a few places, but if you scroll down under Company Profiles, you'll find Gale Business Insights as the second link. I'm going to click to open it. If you haven't logged in already, you will be prompted to log in with your UFE email and password. So Gale Business Insights is a great place to go for industry information and company information. For this video, I'm going to review the company Starbucks with you. So as I start to type in the name of my company, you'll see it comes up with suggestions. This first section here with the little building says company profiles, and below you'll see industry profiles. So we always recommend you have a little bit of a background knowledge of your company. I know Starbucks Corporation is the full name, and this is the correct ticker symbol. So I'm going to click on this option. Now you'll see it loads to a new page, and you can see the blue line here. It says company profile. We have some very basic information up here at the top of the page, headquarters, CEO, all of that stuff. So again, very basic. There is a SWOT analysis here. You could use that as the basis for creating your own, but you do need to create your own SWOT. So figuring out what you think the strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats are for Starbucks, for example. If we go down the page here, anything you notice in blue, it might be purple because I've already clicked on it, but if there are words in blue and when you scroll over them, my mouse goes from being a pointer to the finger, that means it's a link and it will take you to a new page with information. So in the financial performance section, all the sections have a title here and then they're the next part of the screen. Under financial performance, they give you the balance sheet, cash flow, income ratios. If I wanted to see, the full cash flow statement or the full balance sheet, you'll notice there's a link and I can click on it. This takes me to a new page where I'm looking at the balance sheet under financial performance. What I like about this page is that right now I've got it reporting on an annual basis, just the recent period. But if I wanted to compare the past 3 years of the balance sheet, you'll see in the first column I have Starbucks 2024, 2023, 2022, and you can compare year over year, which I think is really neat. You can also download the data. It will save it to a CSV file, and then you can use it and play around with that and make tables and graphs if you like. You could do the same thing with the income statement, the cash flow, ratios, all of that stuff. So if that's something you're interested in, that option is there for you. I've clicked back to the company profile, brings me back to the top of the page. I'm going to scroll down a little bit. After the sort of overview of the financial performance, they give you a graph of the financial performance over time, which I think is pretty neat to see it in a little bit more of a visual way. Plus, it goes back to 2019, which is very cool. If you are really interested in this, in the top right corner of this box, there is a menu. It looks like maybe the hamburger, if that's what you were taught a long time ago. If you click on this little menu, you'll be able to download the image if that's something you'd like to use in your report as well. As we scroll down through our company profile here, the next section lists the competitors. You'll notice, again, all the competitors' names are blue and hyperlinked, so I could go read their reports if that's something I was interested in. The compare companies will bring you to that new page where you can, compare McDonald's to Starbucks in terms of revenue, if that's something you're interested in. On the right side here, we have a little bit of industry information. So they've put Starbucks under accommodation and food, snack, and non-alcoholic beverages. So if I wanted to, I could click on this code, this industry, and now I'm in the industry profile. So again, when you're doing your SWOT analysis, your pestle analysis, you might be looking for industry information, and that is also available in Gale Insights. Again, it gives you an industry overview, top companies globally, reports, that type of thing. So this is something you could also look at within Gale. I'm just going to go back to our company report. So that is the industry section. The final section here, we have our company articles. So we can see there are academic journal articles, market research reports, and all of these are supposed to have some sort of connection to my company, which is why they're coming up. I believe for your report, you'll probably be the most interested in this market share slash ranking. So somewhere in this report is called Top Manufacturers of Center Store Filled Croissants. Oh, that's very interesting. If I clicked on this report, somewhere in here, I would expect to find Starbucks in this list. And so I see Starbucks is number 3 for this report based on 2023 data, sales of center store filled croissants from 2023. And you could see the other companies that are also considered in this top 10 list. That's from 2023. So if you were again looking at the industry or comparing Starbucks to other companies, you could say, well, in 2023, they were the 3rd top manufacturer of center store filled croissants, if that's something that interests you. And again, there's magazines, articles, news here. So there's lots of information that you can find within Gale here. I'm just going to pop back to our Business 100 guide to show you one thing. If you had more questions about Gale or you wanted to see screenshots, underneath the links to the databases is this section, how to find company profiles. And you can see there's a link for how to find a company profile using Gale. If you click on this, it will open a new page and tell you this is what, information you can find in Gale, why you might want to use it. And then there's a couple of screenshots on how we walked through this in the video if you want to review that later. At the bottom, we also give you tips on how to do a citation for, a company profile from Gale Business Insights. As always, if you have questions, you can contact the library. We'd be happy to help you.